Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me again. Just a short update on the H10 with my filthy, filthy fingers since I've just finished disassembling the thing. I have stripped it down to the chassis. As you can see, there is some shitification on here. I haven't decided whether I'm going to gently media blast it and then paint it, or just like power wash it and then scuff it up with sandpaper and paint it. I suspect that media blasting would be the best. Very gentle media blasting. I don't want to mess up the lettering on the back here though, or this sticker. I was thinking about masking off the whole back when I painted it, but it does have a little bit of fuctification around here that needs to be addressed somehow. I may just degrease the back really well and touch these areas up by hand or something. Maybe a very light sanding just on the places where the paint's going to go, just to make sure that there aren't any lifted things that are going to peel under there. I don't know. So that's the chassis. The power transformer is pretty rusty. I don't want to disassemble it because every time that I've tried to disassemble a transformer, the insulation on the wires inside gets old and brittle, and it starts flaking off, and then you have a big clusterfuck, and you lose count of the number of turns, and then when you try to rewind it, it's too big, and etc. ad nauseum. So I'm going to try not to disassemble the transformer. I mean, we may have to if it doesn't work anyway. I haven't even tested it yet, but I guess I'll treat it with some kind of rust converter, and then just paint it, or something. It's had some kind of impact to this bottom side. This is the side that was poking out the bottom, and this cover's got a great big dent in it. So I'll have to take that off and try to straighten it up. I can get that cover off and paint it as a unit without, messing around with the inner part of the transformer anyway. So that'll have to be done. Hopefully that won't turn into too much of a clusterfuck. When the unit was assembled... Oh shit, somebody's hollering at me on the radio. I will be back, maybe, unless I have to go do stuff. Alright, I'm back briefly. I have to go shell corn. That was my cousin telling me that he was on his way to run the combine, so I have to meet him up there. But anyway, yeah, so when this thing was assembled, there's a thing that goes on top that holds the paper tape roll, and the screws for it were like too long or something and went way too deep and punctured both of these filter capacitors. It's very obvious on this one, but there's a little place in this one that goes through the casing into the doohickey on the inside. So I'm going to have to replace both of those. That's unfortunate. These probably would have been fine otherwise. Those big ones don't seem to get confuculated too often. I was thinking about trying to take the sprocket, the one that pulls the tape through, off of this shaft, and making some very precise measurements of it with calipers and shit, just in case one of those has to be 3D printed at some point. It would be good to have, very accurate measurements before it's broken, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, that'll make it kind of a pain in the ass to get everything like realigned and recalibrated and stuff, but I may do that anyway. Over here are all of the solenoids. I think we looked at those in the last short video. I can't remember. I'll show them to you anyway. Here's the reader mechanism. It just came off as one unit. I haven't messed with it at all. When I reassemble this thing, I may try to find some kind of connectors for this instead of having all of this shit just soldered straight to that board, because it'll probably have to come back apart more than once as we try to suss out all the problems with it. I don't know. Here's one of the solenoids. if you want to see it. The heads of the solenoids are their own piece. They just fall right out of there. That's what the tape's for. I haven't checked them, but I assume I can measure impedance on all of them and probably see if any of them are bad. I can't imagine any of them are, but I guess you never know. What else? I don't know. Maybe that's it. So yeah, I'm going to order some stuff. I'll need those capacitors. I'll need some paint and shit like that for this thing. Probably need some wire, figure out what connectors I need when I put it back together. It's going to be, the videos are going to be a little scarce here until after Thanksgiving, probably. We're shelling corn right now. That takes a lot of time, and then, Thanksgiving week is, big time, family time, and all that bullshit. Ugh. Socialization. Make it stop, please. Anyway, I have to make an appearance anyhow. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you guys until after that. Yeah, probably will. I mean, probably will. And I guess it's a part. I hope it all goes back together. I did get the linkages out of order. We'll have to suss out which of those goes where. I think it'll be pretty obvious once it goes back together which ones go where, because they've all got a little bit of a different bend in them. According to the assembly manual, they were all the same when it shipped as a kit, and then you bent each one a little bit differently so that they fit. So it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? It'll be fine. All right. See you next time.